So, this is not going to be a fully fleshed out theory. This is just a thought I had that I wanted to get out there in the Deltarune theory community space. Maybe someone else could come up with like more information to sort of tie these ideas together. But I was kind of thinking, right? What if Mike, like the real Mike, what if the real Mike is the guy behind the tree? What if the real Mike is the Forgotten Man? Okay. Well, what if that's the case? Because let's take a look at the characters that like Mike is related to. Spamton and Tenon we know for sure. And it seems that at the same time Spamton left Tennis Studio, at that same time Mike also left Tennis Studio. Right? It seems like they both kind of left at the same time. I think there's some dialogue from Tenna that said, well, Mike started acting differently after that other guy left, and, you know, the other guy would probably be Spamton. I mean, that's like the big one who left Tennis Studio. So that sort of implies that Mike and Spamton left at the same time. I mean, it could also represent that, like, Mike is like a personality of Spamton or something. Like, Mike is like one of his alternate personas. And he was like, we don't need Mike, because that's like a part of his life that he left behind or something. But then I started thinking, you know, in Chapter 5, we got the reveals of the protein egg, right? It's like, if you get an egg, you need to keep it hidden, because that's protein. Because cats hunt for protein. The device friends, who seem to be run by both Eram and Gaster. Of course, the eggs are an issue in the PlayStation achievement sort of thing, so we know Gaster doesn't like the eggs. It seems Eram is more so like the boss of the friendlings, but it is implied that they are working together. Maybe when Eram says he has work to do, he's saying he has work to do for Gaster. And so I got to thinking, some people would do anything to get away from the cats. Some would change their appearance or go into hiding. Spamton is the one who changed his appearance. He put on like the fake glasses to try and like fool the cats, and he wears all black now. It's just like an attempt to sort of like blend in with the cat so that they don't recognize him. Reduces attacks from cat types and puppet types. Which, you know, you could also say that the device friend cats are like the puppets of Eram or whatever. Or the puppets of Gaster, maybe. The Forgotten Man would probably be the one who went into hiding, right? Like, these two characters did something to upset Gaster, and now they have to go into hiding. Which, you know, if Gaster is the guy on the phone, maybe he was talking to both of them, right? He was talking to Spamton, but he was also talking to Mike. And at some point, both of them did something to displease Gaster. Gaster stopped, like, helping them out with stuff and sent the cats after them. And so I'm kind of wondering if the reason you're not supposed to look for the Forgotten Man anymore after Chapter 5 is that if you do look for the Forgotten Man again, if you do try to look for the Forgotten Man again, then Friend will find him. Friend will find the Forgotten Man and tear him to shreds, which would be unfortunate. The egg seems to be evidence for something. What it's evidence for, we don't know yet in the game. We will know, like, when it happens is what the game says. So we'll see what that means. I just wanted to suggest the idea that Mike could be the guy behind the tree. Another thing I'd like to point out is in Spamton's boss fight, he says, we don't need easels or CRTs, and we have not seen a character based on an easel yet. But we do know that there is like an easel in the Forgotten Man's room in like chapter 4, which could be Spamton saying, "Oh, I don't need therapy." But it could also just be that like the Forgotten Man is an easel. I don't think that. I think the Forgotten Man might be a Light World character actually, because like Eggman interactions do affect the Light World. Like when you get eggs, you can go into the Light World and you can see like a guy like waving at you for some reason. We don't really know why. It's apparently tied to the eggs, so you'd think the Forgotten Man would be a Lightner. I do think the easel is important because Spamton says we don't need easels or CRTs. So we'll see what that means eventually, I guess. But I guess the thing is that would explain a lot, right? That would explain why Mike isn't like helping Spamton with anything, because Mike had to go into hiding himself, so he can't help Spamton out with anything. Mike could also have been the caller. The caller might not have been Gaster. The caller might have been Mike. I mean, I imagine they'd both be in TV world, so I don't think that they'd be... I don't think they need the phones to talk to each other. But, you know, like, Spamton seems to think that Mike is still with the TV guys, so maybe it's like Spamton left first and Mike left shortly after that. Like, they both left because the cats were onto them, so they had to, like, go to different places. And it's like, it seems like the Forgotten Man may have found, like, a better hiding place than Spamton did. Spamton found a better disguise, though, maybe. I don't know. It's just a thought. I want other Deltarune fans to maybe expand on this theory if they think there's anything there. Mike being the Forgotten Man. Just find out whatever you can with that, and go from there, I guess.